Okay, welcome everyone to round one of our midterm showcases for the 2020 Google Summer of Code and Outreachy intern program. We're going to have two midterm showcases, and we won't be showcasing all of the students' work this time around, but probably about half of our students will be showcasing their work over the course of these two sessions. And then at the end of Summer of Code, all of our students will be showcasing the progress that they've completed on their projects throughout the course of the summer. So before we begin, I'll just briefly, introduce the students and the projects along with the mentors that are working with us this summer. And so we've got our largest class of interns to date. We have a total of 21 interns that we're working with for this round of intern programs. We've got 17 interns as part of the Summer of Code for the Mifos initiative directly, and then 3 interns through Google Summer of Code as part of the Apache Fineract and Apache Software Foundation. And then we're working with 1 intern through the Outreachy internship program. And so just a brief rundown on the different projects that all of our interns are focused on this summer. So on the web and front end side, like working on completing the rewrite of the new web app written on the latest version of Angular, or Karan in Muskan, and they've been working with Abe and Jivjot as their mentors, and both of them are going to be showcasing their work today. So looking forward to seeing the progress to date on this much heralded project to finally allow us to roll out the brand new web app to our community of financial institutions. And then working on the 4th edition of our online banking app is a former GSOC intern, Manish, and he's been working under the mentorship of Ankit, and he'll be showcasing his work tomorrow. And then Ashutosh has been working on 2 different projects for his Summer of Code. He's been working with the support of Bada on providing a configuration wizard to help self-guided deployment and onboarding of microfinance institutions and other institutions using the new web app. And then he's also been working on adding additional screens as part of the operational control center user interface for the new Payment Hub Enterprise Edition with support from Autumn. And then lastly, Abhijit has been working primarily with Giorgio as his mentor and some help from Pranjal and Gaurav to build out a new reference user interface for Fineract CN, more in line with that of digital banks and those centered on working with individual clients for their operations. And then on the mobile side, we've got a broad number of interns across a variety of different projects. So Chinmay has been working primarily with Ishan and Rajan on building out an SDK for our Android application. And then Devansh has been working on the latest version of our mobile wallet with the support of Shivansh, as well as Naman and Rahul. And then Ankur, another former GSOC intern for Mifos, has been working on designing and implementing a brand new standalone application for fintechs to help demonstrate use cases for various open banking and third-party APIs. And then Shashank has been working on version 7.0 of our Android field operations app, and he's been working with the support of Abhilash as his mentor. And then Ashwin has been working on our customer-facing apps and converting those to Kotlin to enable the cross-platform development capabilities there. And he's been working with the guidance of Ishan and Rajan. And then Garvit has been working on the 3rd edition of our customer-facing mobile banking for Fineract CN. And he's been working with Abhijit as his mentor. And then Shivangi has been working on the 5th edition of our mobile banking app for Fineract 1.x, and Saksham's been the primary mentor for her, along with support from Sasha. And then Ahmed has been working on the 3rd edition of our field officer application on top of Fineract CN with Rajan as his primary mentor. And we'll be doing 1 or 2 of these mobile showcases today, and then a couple tomorrow as well. And then on the new modules and integrations that are being worked on connected to Fineract, Subham has been working with Avik and Rahul to build out and implement the GSMA Mobile Money API connector on top of the Payment Hub Enterprise Edition. And then Mehul has been working with Wallet to complete the project related to credit scorecards based on machine learning. And then Yash has been working on the second generation of our Vision PPI application to enable the capture of PPI by simply taking photos and utilizing Cloud Vision APIs to detect images in these photos to help populate the answers to these PPI survey questions. And he's been supported by Nayan. And then Rahul, with the support of Nikhil and Manoj, has been working on the third edition of our credit bureau integration project, finally bringing that to completion and focusing on integrating with the Myanmar Credit Information Exchange with support from PIN as well. And then last but not least, on the Apache Fineract side, the 3 interns there, Mantan has been working on a wide variety of projects, including, significantly refactoring code and also completing the Swagger API documentation. And he'll be showcasing his efforts tomorrow. And he's been mentored extensively by Michael Vorberger. And then Nasir has been working on a much needed project to migrate the ORM for Fineract from OpenJPA to Eclipse Link. And he's been primarily supported by Awesome, along with Courage and Sanyam. And then Percy has also been tackling improving code quality and extending testing coverage across Fineract. And Awesome has been his primary mentor. And then Natasha has been doing a mix of different tasks, including tickets related to Fineract and now tickets related to the community app. And she's been mentored by Michael and now Kumarana as well. And so that's a brief rundown of the various projects that are being focused on for this round of Google Summer of Code and Outreachy. And then I'm going to pass it on to our interns soon to complete some of their showcases. And so we'll have a few showcases of some of the web projects today. And then we will also, have a showcase of 1 or 2 of the mobile projects. But I'm going to, pass it on first off to Karan and Muskan, as I think it'll be good to set the stage with all the work they've been doing around the new web app. And then after that, we'll have Ashutosh demonstrate the configuration wizard, which is on top of the new web app.
Hello.
One moment now. I'll continue there.
Can I share my screen?
Yes, please go right ahead. So I'll stop sharing mine.
Is it visible? Hello?
I don't think it's visible for me as of yet, but I'll let others comment too.
It's visible for me, Karan. Or what about others? Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, continue, Karan. For some reason, it's not showing up on my side, but continue on, as I think it's an issue on my end.
All right. So firstly, I started off revamping the groups view page. So here it is in the community app, and the revamped version looks like this in the new web app. There are multiple tabs here like notes, committee, and data tables. This is multi-row data table, and here we have single row data tables. And then I proceeded to complete various actions pertaining to a group, like attendance, for example, attendance, assign staff, edit meeting, and everything. So this was for groups. After which I moved to reports and dashboard, but currently demo server wasn't responsive, so I will be showcasing clients for a while. I'll get back to it. So in clients, I have Jivjot last year had completed the client's view, and I just connected all the various actions, and I have majorly worked on edit client, and I'm currently working on create client, which looks like this. Just a second, let me show you for comparison. Here we have create client. There are three main things. One is the main form, then we have family members and addresses. So here in the new web app, we have the main form here, and in second step we can add family member in a dialog. Currently this is in development. I have to configure entity data table checks. Then once the family member is added, we can view it in a tree, and just in this, these are validations going on for this. And finally, we have a preview. Once you fill in all the fields, they will show up in the preview and you can submit the form. So this was for clients. It is in progress. Apart from that, I've worked on admin section on SMS campaigns. Here, I haven't merged this PR yet. Just let me show you SMS campaigns for comparison. Create campaign over here. So we have 3 steps, and here we have create step with business rule parameters down there, and message step, and then we finally have a short preview, after which the campaign gets created and looks like this. So this was for SMS campaigns. I have to showcase shares and savings module as well. Just a second. Let me switch the server. Sorry for the delay. I am running a development build right now, so app will take some time to compile. Yeah, so let this go. Okay, so here is the view savings account page, and corresponding view in the community app looks like this. This has been changed to look like this, and multiple actions pertaining to the account, like exporting and view receipt. View receipt is over here. Multiple small actions. I can't showcase everyone because there are a lot. Moving on to shares module right now, just a second. So shares account user interface has been changed like this. We have kept the basic skeleton same across the modules. We needed some consistency over there. Okay, so now last two modules over here. I will be showcasing fixed deposits right now. I think there isn't fixed deposit data on saving staging.mifos.io, so I can't show the corresponding view. Here we have the fixed deposits view page, and just a second, let me open demo server. Multiple functionality pertaining to a charge, pay wave, etc. So earlier incentives used to be visible in a dialogue like this. We have changed it to being visible in some animated some form like this inside the table, and rest is same, data tables, charges, transactions across the modules. So let me move on to dashboard. So here we can access frequent and recent activities. Recently I visited fixed deposits, so it will show up all my recent actions over here. And I have been visiting create client a lot today, so it will show up as my frequent activity. Also today I tested making a lot of new clients, so this peak over here, new clients on mainnet office, shows that, and the multiple data, other forms of time scale visualization, monthly, daily, weekly, and pertaining to different offices as well. This is chart.js, into chart.js as the API. And then we can move on to reports. Reports, there are multiple reports. Most of the functionality I had completed in as a pre-GSOC contribution. So I just refactored and merged it in the GSOC period. So there's balance sheet, and let's say PDF. this PDF. We can choose some Excel or something as well. It will lead to a file download. Then we basically have three major type of reports, Pentaho, table and charts. So let's showcase a chart. Yeah, this bar chart and pie chart. Switch back to the original form and check parameters. And finally, a simple table. And we can just a second. Yeah, this is the table, and we can export it as CSV file. Switch parameters, switch decimal places, and that would be it. Apart from this, multiple small components in admin section have been covered. We bulk imports has been implemented. We need to change the user interface a bit and then merge it. So that would be it. Thanks.
Thank you, Karan. Happy to see all the progress that you've made across those different modules on the web app. And thank you to both Abe and Jityo for their mentorship. And then next up, we're going to have Muskan, and she's going to walk through the screens and modules within the web app that she's been working on implementing the rewrite for.
Hello everyone. Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I am Muskan Kedia, and as Ed has already provided a brief introduction on all the interns, I am just giving a brief introduction on myself, and then I will start with the demo. I have been selected as a GSOC student for the project Mifos Web App, Angular 7 rewrite, and I and Karan have been working on it for the past 2 months. So, I and we have taken the community app code and the deployed staging server as a reference to proceed with our work. So like while demoing, I will try to provide a proper view of the community app as well as the web app so everyone can analyze the changes. And further, I and Karan actually distributed the modules among us so to speed up the work as well as to avoid the conflicts in the code. So as already Karan has showcased his modules that he worked on, and the modules I worked on in the past 2 months are like in the institution section, I worked on the centers module, loans module, and recurring deposit module, and some of the components on the admin section. So now I'm screen sharing it so I can view the complete implementation of the web app. Please let me know when the screen is visible. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So like starting from the loans module, as it was a quite a big module and it took around 1 month to complete all its action and everything. I will start off with that. So for the loans module, viewing in the staging server, we can view like here we are the introduction. I mean we have the tables here and the buttons over here and the particular tabs here, both the tabs, the single row tabs and the multi row tabs. So in the similar way I have implemented here, I have given here up the introduction of the particular loan and the client name. All these buttons are functional as of now, and here are the different tabs as per the data fetched from the API. This is the complete loans module. For the loans module, there is a single difference from the other modules is that presently the action buttons are working within the routlet. It was so because initially we decided to view the action buttons within the outlet. Later on, we decided it to view in a different pace as in the community app. So for the loans module, we have the action buttons within the outlet, and for all the other modules, we have outside the outlet. From the outlet, I mean this particular range of page. So if any further there will be discussion on the UI change, we will be making it accordingly. Then we can go through any of the action button. It's all are working for now, and then I will go through the centers module. We have also tried to provide the tooltip and the Mifos apps permissions. So like it was in the community app, based on the permission, the user will be given, can go through a particular action that has been implemented in the new modules that we were working on the previous modules that has been developed on the previous GSOC sessions. We will be either modifying it during the GSOC period or later on. And also the buttons here have also been implemented, and it directly redirects it to the loan page for the easy implementation and better user experience. Now going to the centers module. Yeah, centers module. As the meeting has been displayed here and the details are on the left side, we have made some changes on the view part. Like here the particular details will be displayed, the meeting display details have been displayed on the right hand, as well as the we have also implemented the added meeting schedule and all the functionalities as in the community app. And also the all the functionalities has been implemented here as well, like edit, and all the action buttons are working here. I think it's taking time to load a bit. And as I said, for except the loan section, other all modules, the action buttons have been implemented outside the outlet. So it is displayed now on a different page. Similar way here also, like for every action button, it was redirecting to a different page. We have taken up the same thing for the further modules. Then going for the recurring deposit section. This was the particular view for the recurring deposit section, and it is somehow the same in the community in the web app as well. Like here we can see the particular details of the recurring deposit account, and all the tabs are present here as in the community app. Also here also all the buttons have been properly implemented and it's functional as of now. Further, I also worked on the account transfer modules. Actually, account transfer is a bit distributed module. Like some of its action buttons are in the client section, some of are in the standing instruction part. So I will view it one by one. For the client section, there are two buttons: create standing instruction and view standing instructions as part of the account transfer module. On create standing instructions, a particular form displays and a user can create a particular standing instruction. The view in the community app also I will display it so everyone can analyze it well. This is the view in the community app. I have modified a bit as the form was quite long, and also I made it into two sections and some minor changes were made. Further, I worked on the another module, another component for the account transfer was view standing instructions. On view standing instruction, anyone can filter out. It is a list of standing instructions for the particular client, linked to that particular client. And in the community app, it is as this is the view in the community app. It is somehow similar for the web app as well. And this from this action buttons, anyone can either view the particular standing instruction or edit the particular standing instruction, or even delete the standing instruction as here. Instruction with ID 5 will be deleted on confirm. And then further I worked on the admin section. On admin section I implemented some of the modules like in entity to entity mapping. Here it is. And it's nearly the implementation is nearly same to the community app, and based on the filler it can show the details. Here edit and delete everything is functional as of now. And configure maker checker checklist checker task. Here also anyone can edit as per their convenience, and on submit it will update the maker checker task. Like I can view a proper update, so everyone can view it's working. Like it all were unfilled, unselected. Now after selecting I have submitted, so the data has been updated in the API. And there was manage roles and permission. I implemented this as a part of my pre-GSOC period. And here we can either add a particular role or view a particular role and edit it as well. View a particular role, edit the role, disable role, delete role, all the action buttons are functional. Also we can edit the name and description of the particular role from here. Name has been disabled because it was in the community app, and only the description was given as an option to change. Like here I changed and the change has been appeared here. And further I have implemented on the product section, I implemented the create and view recurring deposits. Create recurring deposit haven't been merged yet, so it's not available here, and this is the view recurring deposit section only. And edit and create I need to complete. Create I have already made the pull request, so after some minor changes it will also be available in the master branch. That's all from my side, and all the feedbacks will be extremely appreciated, as we need some changes in the UI and we need the feedback so we can know others experience and others views on it. That's all from my side.
Okay, thank you, Muskan. And once again, thank you to Abe and Jivjot for, helping coordinate all these efforts and helping to, also ensure there's consistent design standards implemented and carried out through the web app. And so any folks with, feedback or questions, please type them in the chat now, or you can send them to the email thread for the showcases, or, directly add tickets or comments within the web app issue tracker on GitHub. So next we're going to transition over to Ashutosh and Bharat. So I think Ashutosh will be sharing his screen now, and he's going to walk through the configuration wizard that he's been implementing.
So this is the homepage of the web app. So when I click on configuration wizard, is the screen visible to everyone?
Yeah, it's visible. Mm-hmm.
Now, when I click on the configuration wizard, it will give me options to set up a workflow. There are mainly 6 workflows, that is home screen to organization, system, accounting, products, and funds and reports. So when I click on the set up home screen, then it will open up over here. Then it will guide us to the web app.
And then as you're just showing that, Ashutosh, do you want to explain what you use to implement these popovers?
I haven't used any third-party library to implement these popovers. I have created them using Angular CDK.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Now, the setup of home tour is done, so it will open another dialog that the progress is 10%, and would you like to go to another step, that is setup organization. Now it will first show this. Now it's up to me that if I want to create an office or not. Like, let's just say that I want to create an office. Now it will give me option that I have created office successfully, if I would like to create more offices or I would like to go to next step. Let's say I go to now, these are the further steps. Everywhere where there was an option to create a component, I have added dialog that when the setup is successful, then then a dialog will open up and will ask the user that if he wants to add like more employees or not, or go to next step. Now the setup of organization workflow is complete. Now we'll move to systems.
Also, 1 minute.
Yes.
So inside that, we are giving a link for the document as well, right? So you can also
Yes.
explain.
Like, first I would like to say something that Bharat sir have told me to explain some rows over here, but I haven't got any way to show up over these rows. I am researching on it. I've asked that question on Stack Overflow. So now I'll talk to others regarding how can I do that. I want to show up over on the, like, when I click next from after that, it will show up over or here, then here on some more on some important rows. Then, like, when I go to next step, I can also go to this page if I want to for more information. And I click on next, it will take me to the next step. Now the setup of system workflow is complete and the progress is 60%. It is thus dialog will tell us that the setup of which workflow is complete. Like here it is telling us that the setup of system workflow is complete. After that, another workflow is accounting. Now the setup of accounting workflow is complete. We will move to products. There are 6 products that we are defining in the products workflow. Now we will move to the last workflow, that is to set up funds and reports. Now the tour of configuration wizard is complete, and click on done, then it will take back to us back to the home screen. Apart from this, I have also worked on PHE operations UI app. Let me show you that.
Okay, no, that's really great to see this part on the configuration wizard, Ashutosh. I'm impressed at how comprehensive and detailed it is. And then I had one or two questions. Like
Yes,
if
sir.
one was to like log out midway through the wizard, like you would just
I'll add
restart
that
the wizard when you come back.
actually I have taken the reference from NG Joyride library. The option was not available there, but if you say I'll implement that, it is not a big deal. I'll do that. And any
So
other things, sir?
yes, Ed. So that is the idea. So some people would not do all the configurations at a one stretch, right? So we are planning like it will store the progress and also in the initially as I showed there are 6 different workflows. User can click on any of the component which he wants to again take a retour and know everything. So it will also
Yes,
store the progress.
Okay.
yes, sir.
Yeah, and then
I'll
I
add
think
that.
just on that last, okay, yeah, that would be good to implement that. And then on that last screen, Ashutosh, I think, just whenever, I think making it more clear that they completed the whole wizard. Maybe that hadn't
All
been
right, sir.
implemented yet, but it just
I'll add a dialogue
didn't
on
seem that clear.
like after the completion of
Okay.
wizard. All right. It is compiling. I don't know why it is taking some time.
And the components you built to enable these popovers, they're reusable and other, like let's
Yes, sir.
say you'd be able to reuse it in the operations UI too if you,
Yes, sir. They can be used anywhere. I have created a separate module for them, so now they can be used anywhere in any app also.
okay.
Now I have added the incoming and outgoing request to pay section. This wait a second. I don't know why it is not working. There is a problem with authentication. I don't know why. I'll show that. Now actually the data is not available right now from the API, so I'm just going to say the page of the incoming and outgoing request page looks like this only. This is what I am able to show you right now because the data is not available. I don't know why it is not working. Actually, hello.
Yeah, no, I think it's all right if we're not able to share all of that.
Actually, it is not connected to API. I'll say to Adam why it is not working. It was working before, but it
Okay,
works
yeah,
fine. That's
yeah,
it,
no
sir.
worries.
Hello.
Yeah, we're still here. But
Yes,
no,
sir.
thank you,
That's
Ashutosh. Like,
all I have worked on.
okay, very pleased with all the work you've done on both these projects, and there'll be, especially on the configuration wizard, this will be a very valuable tool for the community, especially for those folks who are looking to deploy and configure Mifos on their own without any support. So it's really comprehensive, and thank you, Bharat, for spending so much time and helping to
Yes, sir.
guide
He have helped me a lot
Ashutosh.
in the whole way.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm very happy with how that has come out. It's been one of the projects I was hoping we'd work on for a couple of years now. I'm glad we finally got it implemented. So thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Okay, I think Garvit, are you able to share your screen? Garvit's going to walk through the enhancements and progress he's made in a number of areas on our Mifos Mobile CN applications.
Hello everyone. Since my work was distributed on various branches and it would take a pretty long time to show them on the emulator, I have compiled all the screen recordings in a presentation. So I will now present that presentation.
Okay, thank you, Garvit. Did you already start sharing your screen? Okay, it's visible now.
So with this, let me first tell a brief about the first mobile CN. The first mobile CN is a customer-facing app built on top of Fineract CN. So it allows all the basic features and the microservices for a customer. Now we will walk through all the features that I have implemented. First of all, I have implemented the login part. So this login is connected to this Buffalo tenant. Now we can walk through it. So this login. Okay. So this was the login part. Now this is the redesign part. I have redesigned the whole app according to the designs which were given by Rachit during the GCI. So there are primarily 4 tabs: home tab, accounts tab, transfer and profile. As you can see in the home tab, there are various options for sending and receiving money and all the recent transactions. And in the accounts tab, there would be for showcasing the deposit accounts and the loan accounts. And now I will turn on the video and you can see. Now we can apply for the new loan on clicking this plus button. There are various options available here. Now the transfer either by a QR code or by providing the details. It's the profile page. Next we have the beneficiaries. We can list them or you can also add them using filling these details. And this is the notifications which we receive. Currently they are null. So next part is sending money through the payment hub. So currently it is possible to send money with the help of MSISDN. So you can see it. So once the transaction was successful, we can also generate a QR code for receiving the money containing our details. Are you able to see the screen or there is a glitch? Is the video going on?
Like it seems to have hung up on account number, but we see the screen.
Maybe I can try.
Yeah, it's now on the money transfer by QR code screen.
Yeah, this is the money transfer by the QR code. I will replay it. This was the QR code which was generated in the previous tab, and hence I will replay it. So here we would scan QR code which was generated in the previous tab. So it contains the MISDN. Hence we are able to make money transfer by use of QR code. Next, we have the payment by the Hover SDK. Hover SDK automates all the process involved in a USSD transactions. It is primarily aimed for supporting the transactions for the MTN Uganda SIM services. Since I do not have a MTN Uganda SIM, I can only show you the screenshots involved in this. First, you can fill the details like the mobile number, amount, and the description. And if you have a valid MTN Uganda SIM service, you will be authenticated to this page. Here, it would ask you for various permissions. You can give them. Then it will ask you for entering the PIN which you have set for your USSD services. You can enter it here and then confirm, and then your transaction will be successful. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Garvit. So that's an impressive amount of work you've been able to accomplish, and I know there's more you would have done by now if you also had, some of the blockers addressed that you've been working on. But it's very impressive, everything you've worked on, and thank you for giving that comprehensive overview of the different, screenshots and video recordings. It's very effective in showcasing your work. And so if there are any other of the interns that were planning to do a live showcase today, please, let me know and you can begin sharing your screen. I know we're just getting to the end of the hour. I'm going to try from my side sharing a brief video that Nasir made for the work he's done on the project of migrating the ORM from OpenJPA to Eclipse Lake, but I wasn't certain if any of our other students were planning to showcase today. I think that was everybody who we had scheduled for today. If you are planning to showcase, feel free to start sharing your screen. Otherwise, I'm going to briefly walk through the presentation that Nasir shared and then show his video as well. So just bear with me one moment while I get this ready. And thank you for everybody that's able to stay on a tad bit longer. And I'm having some issues with my screen sharing, so hopefully my screen will be visible. I'll let somebody respond if my screen's visible.
Yeah, it's visible for me.
Okay, great. Yeah, so let me just walk through these slides here, and apologies if I'm not too versed on them. I will just speak to them as best as I can based on the work that Nasir has done. And so just to introduce, basically this dates back to, part of our transition from becoming a top level project within the Apache Software Foundation. So at that time, due to Hibernate not being an Apache compliant library based on its license, we had to replace Hibernate with OpenJPA. And since then, the OpenJPA project has started to stagnate a bit. It's not as actively as maintained as neither Hibernate nor Eclipse Link. And so we made the decision to migrate over to Eclipse Link, as that'll enable, better performance, better production readiness, and really, being able to leverage an active open community maintaining the ORM tool. And so this is just a brief introduction as what the JP actually is. And so I'll let folks read on the screen here. And then I already spoke a little bit to the journey that we've had from Hibernate to OpenJPA to Eclipse Link. And Eclipse Link also, has a good deal of better performance with Postgres, which is also, the database we're looking at testing out for Fineract 1.x. And we've had some good experience with Eclipse Link thus far based on migrating Fineract CN over to Eclipse Link as well. And so this is just documenting briefly why were the migration. So I touched on this a bit already, but a lot of the analysis on this was completed by Ebenezer when he did the migration from OpenJPA to Eclipse Link for Fineract CN. But as we noted earlier, the more active and mature community, Eclipse Link being the reference implementation of the JPA layer, having better integration with Postgres, not as many of the trade-offs that we were experiencing when we had to downgrade from Hibernate to OpenJPA. The experiences we have in implementing Eclipse Link with Fineract CN, and then this shows general performance and scalability enhancements. And so this is a progress that Nasir has been able to complete thus far, and he'll have a video showcasing what he's done. So he's replaced the JPA provider with an Eclipse Link provider, set up the properties for persistence for Eclipse Link, swapped the OpenJPA enhancement with Eclipse Link weaving, and accounting for some of the differences between the two. Here's a comparison between the persistence providers. And then these are a number of the challenges that Nasir has faced. I think he's working through some of these challenges at the moment, but I'll leave this on the screen here and just let folks take a look at them. Okay. And then this is what remains for the rest of the summer that Nasir is working on. So resolving the remaining issues related to these entity relationships, and then taking advantage of Eclipse Link specific features that can help enable better performance and optimizations. So let me just, and then this last slide here. And then you can also see where the code is at in that link to the Fineract pull request. But Nasir is about 70% complete at the moment. Nasir's video right now. So just one moment, I'm going to switch over to the video. Okay, and then I didn't realize it, but Nasir was actually
So I'm going to be
Hello.
Hello. I think there is some issue. The audio is not audible. It's only the presentation. Is it only for me or for others also?
Okay, thank you everybody that continued on to listen into the presentation that Nasir gave. Just as a heads up for what showcases we are anticipating for tomorrow. So we're going to have Devansh, who's going to showcase the work he's been doing on the wallet. We're also going to have Ahmed going to showcase the work he's been doing on the Android field operations app, and likewise Shashank will be doing the same as well. Manish is going to go through the efforts on the online banking app, Montan the enhancements he's made to Fineract, and Subham the payment hub EE work he's been doing around the GSMA mobile money connector, and then Abhijit around the digital bank UI he's been working on. So we've got a packed agenda for tomorrow, so we'll make sure we start right on time so we can get through everything, and we'll try to keep it as close to an hour, hour and a half as we can. But thank you everybody for being on our showcases for today, and I'll send this recording out shortly. Take care and have a nice evening, afternoon, and day wherever you are. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.